I have a problem. I graduated a couple years ago. I learned a lot about how to play music. I didn't learn a lot about how to be an adult. Apparently in college, they don't want to teach you how to do your taxes. And here I am as a young adult that like really needs to know how to do my own taxes. So I forced myself to learn how to do it. I'm self-employed. I had to like really learn how to do a lot of it because the past couple of years when I would go to H&R Blocks or God forbid TurboTax, it would just be asking me a bunch of like I'd have help from a tax professional, but they're just asking me questions about info that I need to go find anyways. Like it's still up to me to go do the work. The next year, I'm like, okay, I'll do one of those online things on TurboTax where I have access to a tax pro if I need it, but it's not me working together with them. That removes some of the awkwardness. What do you think I did? Got all of my info together so that I would like have it ready for them. Well, I never ended up actually using that service. So the next year, I'm like, cool, now I have the confidence to do everything on my own. Don't use a tax pro at all. And I went to freetaxusa.com and saved like $380 just by not using TurboTax. Literally saved 380 bucks, or I guess 365 because to file your state taxes, they charge $15.99. A whopping $15.99 to do your taxes. By the way, when you see the TurboTax file free ads, when you're like trying to watch Invincible or something.
And a big welcome home to my favorite son.
I made some chicken, but I also heated up some authentic German.
I literally couldn't. I tried. It got me curious. Chat, I turned 25 last week. At this point, there's a lot that I do not know. I got a somewhat viral video on my feed. It got 1 million views. It was posted April 15th. So in the spirit of tax season, let's see what he's got.
Chart is my favorite chart. My favorite of this entire semester.
So he talks about wealth inequality a lot. This is going to be basically we should tax the rich more. It starts at 1950.
Here's lower income down here. Here's higher income. And here's the top 400. Here we go.
He's really building this up. Let's see if it's anything. Oh, it's like around 60 or 70%, just the effective tax rates by income when you are like top 400 people. This is the 99th percentile. It's so doomer. But he put the little silly music over it. By the way, did you catch when exactly it? Yeah, you know, it's like right around 1970s, 80s. When it really drops off. Yeah, it's like it's 80s for sure. He's doing what I'm trying to do too, like to make light out of the situation where like we're all screwed because we have to pay so much taxes.
It's like an animal. It's a living, breathing snake.
Why are we doing this? Why are we not taxing the wealthy? Is that crazy to say?
Numbers have a kind of well, they just are disembodied. What I'd like you to do, just for a moment, think about real people.
I'm thinking.
Behind the numbers.
I'm thinking.
Real people who are paying or not paying taxes.
I mean, well, we know who this is. At this point, you know, I mean, if you've been paying attention even a little bit, you know who he's talking about. People who should be paying more taxes are not paying their taxes.
Who are either getting the benefits or not of taxes that are paid.
I feel like every time I send taxes to the IRS, I'm like, all right, what percentage, what part of like the fin of the missile that's going to Iran is it funding? And then I drive over a million bajillion potholes and then I'm like, okay, is that the video? Yeah, okay, so there's that.
When I ran for mayor,
it's Mayor Mamdani.
I said I was going to tax the rich. Well, today, we're taxing the rich.
Okay, doing what he said he's going to do.
Tax, the first in New York's history. This is an annual fee on luxury properties worth more than $5 million, whose owners do not live full-time in the city. Like for this penthouse, which hedge fund CEO Ken Griffin bought for $238 million. This peer-to-tear tax is specifically designed for the richest of the rich, those who store their wealth in New York City real estate, but who don't actually live here. But even so, they're able to reap the huge financial rewards of owning property in, dare I say,
it's a ton of empty,
the greatest city
just completely
empty
empty
time,
units.
These units are sitting empty, since again, they don't actually live here. This is a fundamentally unfair system that hurts working New Yorkers. It's coming to an end. This tax will raise at least $500 million directly.
It's radical.
It'll help fund things like
it's radical.
Cleaner streets, safer neighborhoods.
No, I don't want cleaner streets and safer neighborhoods. Absolutely not.
Everyone has a role to play in contributing to our city. And some?
No one has a role contributing to the city unless they're the lowest of the low or in the middle class. Why would you put that burden on the wealthy? You look at that smile and you're just like, that's incredibly too progressive for me. I'm sorry, I can't get behind that. How are you gonna get the money to pay for that? Okay, watch the video. Pretty sure he explains it there.
Contributing to our city. And some? A little bit more than others.
Some a little bit more than others. I mean, this is a term that the Robert Reich went over, if I'm not mistaken. Progressive versus regressive.
Progressive tax, larger percentage, higher tax rate from those with higher incomes, the principle of equal pain. A regressive tax is an equal or a larger percentage taken, that is the same or a lower tax rate, from lower income, a larger pain for lower income.
Mamdani is not radical at all. To, I guess, simplify it, it seems like when Mamdani is saying, yo, I believe some have a higher responsibility than others, yeah, he's obviously advocating for the progressive tax, but why is it good? The principle is from this guy from the 1800s that I think he explains in the lecture. Equal pain, because if you have 10% from someone who has like $1 billion, that's $100 million. Losing that is going to hurt them a lot less than the same percentage from the poor person. Like if they lose 10% of their extremely low income, that hurts them a lot more. And so if you're trying to go for equal pain, that's why this makes sense. I don't understand why that's hard to understand. I'm astounded that I didn't learn about this. In school, I'd never learned the difference between progressive and regressive tax. I thought this was interesting.
What should be free? Go. Let's see, it looks like 66% of you, 247, think D. You think A and B and C plus everything else. You must be from Berkeley.
I was going to say at least A.
You,
at least A. Because I was looking at this and I'm like, how does other countries do this with public transportation? Because I remember being in Central Europe and paying like a little bit for the public transportation, not super expensive at all. I'm thinking, okay, well, it's great that they have it. And, but then looking at this, okay, at the very least A. Most people said D though, which would be awesome. Yeah, I mean, definitely healthcare. Definitely healthcare.
But here's the question.
Here's the question.
There's nothing free. Somebody has to pay for all
right, so basics of taxes. Someone has to pay for it.
What does free actually mean? Consumers and users.
Taxpayers pay the cost, right? That's gotta be it.
And that's usually the case. It's usually the taxpayers pay the cost.
Okay.
With all of these public goods that we were just talking about.
Okay.
But then the question is, which taxpayer? Which taxpayer?
I feel like I know where he's going with this.
The lower your income, the smaller a percentage goes into taxes. What's the idea behind this? The notion of equal pain.
There we go.
Even Adam Smith in the 18th century talked about the fairness of equal pain, not equal percentage, not a 10% or a 12% or 15% tax on everybody.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure our billionaires are absolutely experiencing equal pain to my taxes. The taxes that I paid a couple days ago, dude.
10% of your income doesn't matter much to you.
I'm sure they experience equal pain.
If you are poor, 10% matters hugely. And so if it's equal pain, the rich are going to be paying a lot.
Dude, I'm glad he's lecturing at Berkeley, because if he were somewhere else, he'll say something extremely reasonable like, yo, we need them to experience equal pain, like the top 400 earners in the world. The classroom riots, they're like left radicalized. Left-wing propaganda, bro.
Terms. We don't have to go
Sucks.
deep into.
Next.
Should the rich pay a higher tax rate? Now,
Yes!
I know most of you are going to say yes,
Yes!
but I want to argue the other side of this, because there are a
Oh
lot
my
of
God,
arguments
he's Steel Manning.
that
Oh my God, he's arguing the other side.
It's unfair. The rich are already providing half of
He's
all
Steel Manning
federal
so
income
hard
tax
right
revenue.
now.
Well, I don't think that's very fair. I believe in progressivity, but is that fair? It's also inefficient. If their taxes are higher, they'll have fewer incentives to invest and create jobs.
That is true. That is the most common argument that I've heard against higher taxes on the wealthy is saying that and so I'm glad he's giving them. It's saying it's not fair, and then they'll basically they'll give those reasons. Okay, so how is he going to counter argue it?
And if their taxes are higher, they'll find more ways to avoid paying them. They'll use accounting gimmicks, foreign tax shelters, moving to another nation. I mean, they'll find ways of doing it anyway.
That's like the whole sound the alarm thing. Like they're gonna leave the country and we're gonna not have our wealthy people here anymore. They're gonna leave. That was like the thing where getting rid of the tax policy was in Washington. There was like a lot of debate over that a few weeks ago, right?
Maybe you already felt this way to begin with, but let's keep on examining this, because this is a complicated issue.
Okay.
And it's not obvious.
Pre-tax income inequality has returned to Gilded Age. Oh God, that sucks. I remember at least enough about the Gilded Age to know that that's bad. You had the oil guy Rockefeller, the steel guy Carnegie, and then the bank guy JP Morgan. And there's probably a railroad guy too, right?
And this is
you know what we need? We need another Teddy Roosevelt. Instead of the presidents like fearing the corporations fear the president. Okay, lastly,
if they don't have an income tax,
if states don't have an income tax,
states are making up for it with a sales tax. And what do we know about sales taxes? We've just been through it. Sales taxes are regressive.
Yeah.
They take a larger bite out of the incomes of lower income people than higher income people.
That is at a base level. That's what I want to try to freaking get through my brain to understand, like the difference, because again, I did not learn the difference between a progressive and regressive tax. So apparently, and I'm restating it because I need to understand it, it is regressive because if you have states making up for lack of income tax by imposing a sales tax, he's saying that it's going to affect your income more negatively if you make less. He's using that info to make a case as to why it might not be good for your state to not have income tax because it's not fair.
The most regressive state in terms of sales taxes.
Yeah, Washington doesn't have an income tax. I think they might be have changed that recently. Yeah, this lecture is like 2 years old. Okay, this is what I wanted to talk about because this chart is kind of crazy. What I found when I was looking at this chart and trying to understand it was my eyes went over here to where it says lowest 20%. This number, 5.9%. So this is the lowest 20% of earners, right? They're paying 5.9% more of a share of their income to taxes. So remember, Washington, as he said, did not have an income tax. And so when they're trying to get their revenues and they're doing it differently, this number, Robert Reich is saying, is a result of their tax code affecting their lower earners more negatively. So this is lowest 20%, they pay 3.8% more of the share of their income compared to the top 1%. So this is kind of an argument against having this kind of tax code because it disproportionately, it makes the lowest 20% have to pay more of a share of their income by this much percentage more than the top 1%. And look at what states it is, the ones that you might expect to have that correlation. Okay, and then wealth taxes. But unfortunately, I have to go now. Maybe we have time for country if we do it really fast. Okay, Fiji, no. Hungary. Hungary. We're in the northern hemisphere, we're not in Europe. We need to go west. We're not in Europe. Okay. So you're just in the freaking, okay. Fewer than 9.7 can't be Canada because Canada's like 30 something. If you're going west, does it have to be freaking, oh wait, yeah, it can't be the US either. It cannot be Mexico. What is west that is not in Europe, dude? What's going on? Do you have to do like Guatemala or El Salvador? What are we thinking here? Let's go Guatemala. Okay. Northern, it's in America. Fewer than 17. Southeast. Okay. Is it El Salvador? Is it just El Salvador or is it Belize? It's Belize, I think. What would it be if it's not Belize? What would it be? No. What else is around there? It's not Honduras. I think it's freaking. God, wait, it might be Honduras. No, it's not. It's Nicaragua. All right, the stream is over. I'll see you later. Not a good score, but maybe definitely the fastest I've done it. All right, peace out. I'm going to the symphony. I'm already late. Thanks for playing.